Okay, hello everybody. We're going to do Chapter 5 of the Learning Basic series for the Texas Instruments TI-99 4A home computer. This is part 5 of a 10-part series, so if you haven't seen parts 1 through 4, check those out on YouTube. And stay tuned for chapters 6 through 10 when I get that far. But let's do Chapter 5, and I was explaining in previous iterations of this series that this is a teach yourself basic program that I used to use when I was a kid, messing around with this Texas Instruments TI-99 4A computer system. And I don't really remember what's in this 10-part series. Sorry, my nose is bugging me a little bit here today. So we're going to dive in and see what's in Chapter 5. Old Disk 2, I have the code for the save to Disk 2 in this emulator. Chapter 5. It'll take a minute for it to load the program into memory, as if it were reading the disk in the emulator. Alright, let's see what we get. And we're just going to kind of read and do this program together. That'll be fun. There we go. I love the graphics in this series. Learning Basic, Chapter 5, more programming. Okay, please enter your name. Zachary. Hello again, Zachary. In the last chapter, you saw print statements. Let's look again at them. Press enter. What about this program? 10, that's a string variable, a string equals Zachary. 20, print pleased to meet you, then semicolon, and that variable again. I call it a string. This is what the program would print. Pleased to meet you, Zachary. Remember, things in quote marks are printed the way they are written. Now, Zachary, let's do another program. Let's program the computer to tell us the day, number, and the year when we enter the date. For example, February 7th is the 38th day of the year. Press enter. Here is the first statement. 10, print day number program. You know what this statement does. 90, input day, comma month, and save them as the variables D and M. Input means that information must be entered from the keyboard. Press enter. Two numbers, D and M, are entered. Many numbers may be entered in one input statement by putting commas between each number. Press enter. In this case, two numbers, D and M, are entered from the keyboard, separated by a comma. For example, for March 4th, enter 4, 3. Here is a short program you can try working with input statements. Go ahead and try it. You can run it over and over again. When you want to go on, just enter 0, 0, 0. Notice that f string is a string variable. Input experiment. A, f string, C. Print A, C, f string. Okay. So let's see. So experiment, let's try 3, and as a string we'll just use my name and a number. Yeah, so there we go, 3, 6, and Zachary. All right. And the commas dictate how far apart each item being printed is going to appear. Okay, let's try it one more time. So again, the A variable is a number. The F string variable is a string variable, so we can use a string of text or numbers, anything we want, but it's a text string. And C is just another numeric string. So let's just say something large. How about the month? It's May and 467. There we go. Okay. So we understand the concept there. So 0, 0 to move on. Now let's return to our program to calculate day numbers. 10 print day number program, 90 input day comma month, and it's going to save day and month as variables d comma m. We would like the computer to know how many days there are in each month. So line 30, A1 equals 31, that's January, A2 equals February, A3 equals 31, so on and so forth. Here we have a new type of variable called a subscripted variable. The collection of variables A1 through A6 is called an array, a one-dimensional array. Press enter. Arrays can have more than one dimension. D3, 1 would be an element of an array of 2 dimensions. We can have arrays of 1, 2, or 3 dimensions. Press enter. A1 is the number of days in January, A2, the number in February, etc. We should have A1 to A12, but to save space, we will only work with the first 6 months. Press enter. When arrays are used, memory space must be reserved for them in the computer. You must tell the computer how many elements the array has. Press enter. You do this with a special statement called a dimension statement. Okay, so 20, dim for dimension, and A means there are 6 memory spaces for the variable A. This says the array is a one-dimensional array with 6 elements. Actually, it says there are 7 elements, since the first element is element 0. Okay. Important. A dim statement must appear before an element of an array is used. Also, an array must not be dimensioned more than once. Dim, therefore, appears near the start of a program. Press enter. If you use an array and do not have a dim statement, an array of 10 elements is assumed. The next statements are new. Line 110, for I equals 1 to m minus 1. Line 120, t equals t plus a I, 130 next I. This is a for next loop. This is a way of repeating a part of a program many times. For is the keyword. Press enter. The statement for I equals 1 to m minus 1 means take a variable, which we'll call I, and make I equals 1. Check to see if I is greater than m minus 1. If it is not, do all the statements between for and next. When the next statement is reached, I is increased by 1, and the loop repeats. When I equals m minus 1, the loop once more repeats. The program then goes to the statement after next. Okay, so far so good. For example, if we had the program 10, k equals 0, 20 for I equals 1 to 10, 30, k equals k plus I, 40, print k, 50, next, what would we get? First k equals 0, then k equals k plus 1, which is 0 plus 1, k equals k plus 2, 1 plus 2, so on and so forth. You can see the results there on the screen. Pretty straightforward. You can see that this is just a way of adding together all the integers from 1 to 10. Well, let's get back to our program. The for next loop just adds up all the days in the months before the entered month. For this to work, t must start out as 0. Statement of 100 ensures this. Press enter. Line 40. Print today is day number t plus d. Statement 140 just prints the answer, and statement 150 ends the program. What would happen in the for loop if m equals 1? The loop would run from 1 to 0. It can't do that, so the program would skip to line 140. By the way, statement 150 is not needed. When the program finishes statement 140, it will stop. We could have the computer do the program over and over again if we replace statement 150 end by 150 go to 90. That completes the program. You will get a chance to try it soon, but first consider this small program. Okay, 10 print 1, 2, 3, 4, 20 print 1, semicolon 2, semicolon 3, semicolon 4, 30 print 1, colon 2, colon 3, colon 4. Things separated by commas are printed far apart. Things separated by semicolons are printed close together. Things separated by colons are printed on new lines. No problem. Well, Zachary, this is the end of Chapter 5. The day number program starts at line 990. To run it, enter run 990 and wait. To stop it, use Shift-C. We discovered it's Alt-4 in this emulator. Okay, so let's do it. Run 990. Yep, I have to wait a minute for it to load it into memory. It'll take just a minute. Okay. Day number program. First 6 months only. Day, month. Well, today is May 5th, so let's do May 5th, since that's the day I'm recording this. 5, 5. Today is day number 125. And I guess this does not take into account leap years, and it is not a leap year, so we're good. If it were a leap year, it would have been the 126th day, I presume. Let's do another one, just for proof of concept here. Oh, day, month. Let's do, how about June 30th, the last day of the 6th month, since we only have the 6 months to work with here. So 30, 6. That would be day number 181. And just to test it, we'll do 1, 1, day number 1. And to test it again, 31st day of January. Yep, day number 31. So it looks like it's working as expected. So let's go ahead and end this program, and we're going to list it out so we can see the code for all of these programs, this entire tutorial. And then when we get to line 990, that should be our little tutorial, our little program to calculate the number of days based on a certain date. Let's just see if there's anything that jumps out at us here. If you're familiar with TI Basic, this is all pretty par for the course. As always, a lot of subroutines, sounds, so on and so forth. My favorite part of these um, learning basic tutorials are the little intro screens. They're all sort of cute and artistically done. Cuter than the rest of the program. You think they could have jazzed up the rest of the program a little bit, but they had this fundamental problem having to fit 10 of these chapters into a single cassette tape, 5 chapters on each side. So couldn't squeeze too much in here, although they could have lengthened these programs and made them a little jazzier. I presume that was strictly for the concern of getting these programs on the cassette tape, if I had to guess. Or maybe just out of minimalist purity. These are pretty complicated programs. I mean, someone had to write these. I really would like to know who wrote these learning basic / teach yourself basic programs. I suspect they date to the TI-99, not the TI-99 4A, because I think the TI-99 4 didn't have the not the 4A, but the 4 didn't have the function key. So when it says Shift C to end the program, it doesn't work that way on the 99/4. They didn't rewrite the program; they just released the same program. I noticed. So what do you do? Save money here and there, right? Okay. Well, that was Chapter 5 of Teach Yourself Basic, a.k.a. Learning Basic for the Texas Instruments TI-99 4A home computer. Again, if you missed parts 1 through 4, check those out on YouTube. And I'll be back soon with Chapter 6 through 10 on Twitch first, and then eventually on YouTube. So like and subscribe to follow my Twitch channel, and like and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you like this kind of content. Pretty basic, nothing fancy. Just running through a lot of these old TI-99 4A resources and other kinds of content. I do some World of Warcraft streaming, and I do some retro gaming and some retro programming and many other things on the YouTube channel. So anyways, thanks a lot for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next one. Take care now.